there's some things connected with the law of karma which operate to carry out the law of karma. Those are, sometimes they referred to as 5 vices. But you can call them vices, you can call them 5 operative laws of karma. And they include things like lust, anger, greed, possessiveness, ego. These are natural operatives, natural operational tools to carry out karma. If we had none of these, would we be able to go through our karma? How could we live our lives and react with life if we didn't have these? On the other hand, these are obstacles to us because they lower our ability to move on a spiritual path. When you get angry, what happens when anger afflicts you? Your mind does not concentrate. If you have the ability to look at anger, we just feel angry, we don't look at anger. Supposing you could see with the inner eye anger, you'll see anger expanding like this, that your attention is expanding like this. You can see it. The spiritual path, spiritual discipline, meditation requires you to concentrate your attention at one point. And anger is scattering it around. You can see it. Therefore, anger is anti-spiritual progress. And yet, we get angry in order to pay off our karma. We get angry to create new karma. Lustful thoughts make your attention go down. Automatically, you can see it's no longer held there. So it tries to descend. Therefore, it automatically affects your ability to meditate, affects your ability, and yet it's necessary to carry out the law of karma. So it's a very strange situation that the very 5 things which we use for paying off karma, creating new karma, are the very ones that come in the way of making spiritual progress. So it's a battle, continuous battle, between these 5 vices operating in our life for karma and our tendency, our attention, our efforts to get overcome them. But we do. Now that's where a lot of activities have to take place to overcome karma. If karma is allowed to run free, you will never get rid of these 5. No way. They're part of karma. They're part of carrying out of karma. They're the operative part of karma. Then we come to a new item on the spiritual agenda, and that's called grace. Master's grace, Lord's grace, God's grace. Why do we sing so much about grace? What has grace to do with this? Grace has to do with these 5. It's grace that can control these 5. Karma itself will not control it. Therefore, we ask for grace. And when we get grace, we get a tendency, because we can't see grace. Grace is invisible. Then because we can't see grace, when grace flows upon us, we put an effort to overcome these 5. And we think it's our effort that's overcoming these 5 vices. But the effort does not come without grace. It's an old question that is being asked. What counts more in the spiritual path? Effort or grace? Well, the answer is, in the beginning, it looks like effort. As time goes on, it looks like grace. At the end, it looks all grace. When it looks all grace, we suddenly discover that all the effort was also grace. That we would never have made that effort but for grace. So this is just a terminology of the same thing. It's all grace. It's grace that makes us feel that we are putting an effort, because grace is invisible. Effort is visible to us. So we put an effort to control these 5 vices, these 5 passions. And then with grace, it comes, we can overcome them. So in the meditational techniques, we are taught that's not enough to do mechanical meditation of trying to control your attention at the third eye center behind the eyes. It's also necessary to perform these other functions, to overcome those things which are preventing you from meditation. And those are to seek for grace. So if we don't seek for grace, in our own meditation, our meditation is not fulfilling. If we do not follow love and devotion, which is also beseeching for grace, if we do not present our devotion and do not feel the pull of love, we are missing on grace. All these are interconnected and they all operate together, but they operate to alter the nature of karma outside. It's an amazing combination. Karma is not easily understood when you don't put all these things together. It's a huge basket that operates together. So therefore, we ask for grace and we express our love and devotion. If you have no love or devotion in meditation, let me tell you, you can meditate all your life and get nothing. Meditation without love and devotion has never given anything to anybody. I would like to meet somebody. People tell me we have been meditating for 40 years, 50 years, all our life. We saw nothing, we got nothing. Something was missing.